guys, welcome back to season 2. Today we are talking all about bacon recipes and how to thicken sauces after you crock.
Oh, we're having a whole lot of fun.
We're back! Did I hold it long enough?
No, you go.
Oh my gosh!
Watch this, watch this. This is you. We're back. Watch this. We're back.
Well, that's creepy.
I'm gonna cut it, but I need a cut point.
Okay.
We're back. Hi, and welcome back to episode 1 of season 2 of As Good As It Gets.
I'm Cris.
And I'm Mikey.
And this is a weekly chat from our kitchen.
Welcome back, everybody. Did you miss us over the summer? There, we had some things going on. We did some cooking Chris's dishes, but we absolutely missed you guys. We're back. We're back full force. We're back more full force now than we ever was before. It's exciting. We're happy. And
yes, we hit a major milestone this week. If you haven't seen it, make sure you go check out our 10,000 subscriber announcement. So we now have a Crock Posse of 10,000 subscribers.
We have a large army.
But
y'all aren't getting enlisted.
We're
nothing
about
like that.
fun, not.
We're battling the empty bellies.
We're battling empty bellies,
yes.
and we're making slow cooking easy. Oh, ow! That really hurt.
Okay, we have our first injury in the army.
Ow!
You know, I'm usually the one getting hurt in the kitchen.
It really hurt.
She smacked her hand
on my steel straw.
On that metal straw. Okay, we're not going to put her in charge of ammunition in the army.
That's what was getting me all worked up. We're not an army. We are a posse of fun. So, if you saw that we made the big announcement that we now have 10,000 subscribers, so we also made a big announcement that Mikey was quitting his job to work full-time for the channel. So that's a big, big thing. And we also made another announcement that we launched a Patreon page for any of you that are interested in paid subscriptions. But don't fear, all the free content, actually way more content, is coming to this channel for everybody.
There's just some more perks and stuff for that. Those who choose to.
So check it out down below and see and give it a look if that's something you're interested in. But with all of that, we also have a big announcement.
But wait,
there's more. We have a giveaway that had been going on that we promised to announce on our season 2 opening session. So we have a giveaway winner who probably already has her new casserole, programmable casserole crock.
Miss Jennifer Dayton, you were the winner of the giveaway, and she chose the Crock-Pot Casserole, programmable casserole slow cooker.
Yes, and so just so you guys know, we usually draw those names and get in touch with the winner before we announce it publicly, because we've had winners before that have never gotten back with us. So we want to make sure that we get in touch with the winner so that we actually have a winner who has a slow cooker either on the way or in hand by the time we announce it.
So, Jennifer, if you got it, yay, good for you. If not,
it should be on its
way. So yay, good for you.
Now, if you didn't win that slow cooker, we've got some good news for you too. To celebrate our big milestone, we are going to do another giveaway of another popular slow cooker. We're going to give away the mini casserole crock along with an apron from our store. So you could choose the Crock Star apron, you could choose a Crock Posse apron, or you could choose my personal favorite, the Not My Circus, Not My Monkeys apron, which seems to be pretty fun. So, or pretty popular among you guys. So you get to choose an apron, and then you also get a mini casserole crock if you are the winner. So between now and
I just had that up.
It's written right there, dear.
Oh, hey, it's right there. Yeah, we haven't done this in a while. So between now and October 9th.
You have to do 2 things. 1, you have to be a subscriber to our channel.
Yes.
And 2, comment down below and just tell us what your favorite recipe from recipes@crock.com is. That's all you got to do, and you're entered to win. And then we will make the announcement at the October, what's that show date?
The 14th. So we will get in contact with the winner through a reply on the comments on the 9th. And as long as they reply back, they'll have 48 hours. Hopefully you see this and you'll comment back. And then we will announce it to everybody who won the mini casserole crock along with the apron of their choice on October 14th.
Yes, absolutely. So I think that brings us up to speed with all the announcements, and it's time to get to the reader questions. What? Oh, what?
Reader, yes.
Oh, I always say questions. It's supposed to be emails. I'm out of practice. Fire me.
I can't. You're the boss.
You remember that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so how about some reader emails?
Reader emails. Okay, so this reader email comes from a lady by the name of Ellen. And Ellen says, "Hi Chris, since you are gearing up to start the weekly chats again, I thought of a subject that I would like to hear about. Since crock pot cooking usually gives a lot of thin juices at the end of cooking, I often would like a thicker sauce. I know I can reduce the juices down on the stovetop, but I'm usually not wanting to make more cleanup and mess." Smart girl. "Do you have any tips for adjustments at the beginning of cooking to have the sauce turn out thicker? Have you worked with instant tapioca as a thickener? And how can I thicken the juices in the crock pot instead of using another pot? I would appreciate help with this. I've been cooking with you for about a year, and I love your recipes and crock pot cooking. I will keep watching you, and I am always looking forward to new ideas from you. Thanks, Ellen." Well, thanks, Ellen.
Alrighty. Well, Ellen, first off, thank you. And thank you for thinking about the fact that we were going to need a question for this first episode. So that was very, very helpful. To answer your first question about instant... Hang on, I'm being attacked by my hair. Okay. To answer your first question about instant tapioca, I have not ever used it.
I've only had it in pudding.
Yes. So what we typically have done in the past is either add cornstarch or flour towards the end of cooking and stir it in and let it cook for maybe sometimes I think an hour on high to kind of thicken things up. Usually in those recipes, if I'm remembering correctly, we start with a tablespoon, and if it needs to be thicker, we add by the tablespoon until we get it to where we kind of want it to be. But if you are eating low carb, the cornstarch and the flour aren't really options for thickeners. So if you like the taste of cream cheese typically added towards the end is a thickener for those people who are eating low carb. Aside from that, I've heard of people using instant tapioca, but I've also heard of people using instant potatoes, like potato flakes. They don't use them to make potatoes for like their original purpose, but they use them as thickeners in soups and things like that. So that might be something to look into. I've never done it myself, but I've heard of a lot of home cooks that do that. Right. So those are kind of a few of my suggestions, but most of those thickeners I would not add at the beginning of cooking. I'd add them at the end.
Right.
And then maybe give it an hour on high if you have to, if it doesn't thicken enough. And so that's kind of my best advice when it comes to that.
I don't have any. The only way I've ever seen thickener done other than in the slow cooker was my mom, and she would take maybe like a half a cup of flour, put it in a bowl, and then either, depending on the recipe, either take some milk or take some hot water and stir into it to make a slurry, and then pour it in and then boil it, and as it boiled, it thickened everything up.
Right. But if it's all going to be done in the pot, I think you probably should start with a tablespoon at a time to kind of make sure that it's getting incorporated and not clumping up and all that kind of stuff.
And the other thing is you want to make, I do know that you want to make sure after you've put your thickener in, especially if you're using flour, if you're using flour for something like that, you've got to let it cook for a little bit. Otherwise, it's just going to taste like flour. It's going to have a raw flour taste.
Yeah. That's why the hour. But he does make a good point. If you're afraid of that clumping, you might take your well, it depends. If you can just sprinkle it in and make sure it gets well distributed. But if you want to use another little bowl, you might add a little bit of liquid at a time so that it makes that slurry, and then it's going to not clump up as bad within your slow cooker.
Right.
Okay. So now we are going to go ahead and talk about one of Mikey's favorite topics. Bacon.
Oh, that one.
Yes, bacon. So if you guys have been watching on Recipes That Crock, every Friday Aunt Lou usually puts together a post called Our Friday Favorites. And this week's Friday Favorites were all about bacon. And so I thought that we might share on the weekly chat here just a handful of the ones that she featured in the Friday Favorites, and then give you the link to all the other bacon goodness. All the other bacon goodness that you will find on the site or in that post for Friday Favorites. So I think she has something like, I want to say 12 different bacon recipes. So if bacon is your jam, you want to go check that out.
Ooh, you know they actually do make bacon jam.
I knew he was going to say that.
I would totally spread that over toast.
So with that, Mr. Mikey, what is your favorite bacon recipe on the website?
My favorite bacon recipe is anything with bacon in it. But if I had to pick one, if you just said you could only have one recipe, I would be sad. And let's just say that I had to make that choice, I would absolutely say the Bacon Ranch Country Ribs. One, I'm a man. So a man loves ribs. And all men should love bacon. So when you marry the two together, you come up with the most phenomenal, fantastic, belly-filling meal that is amazing. I remember when I came home one night from my old job, and Cris just walks up to me, she says, "Here, try this," and she shoves this thing in my mouth. I had no idea what it was, but
oh, you poor thing.
It put me over the moon happy. The ribs fall off the bone tender.
Right.
And, of course, you put bacon and ranch with it, and it's just the best thing ever. Now, I took that into work the next day for lunch because it was so good. I wanted the leftovers, and the ribs were so big I took too many, and I could only eat one because they're like that big. They're huge. They're a meal in themselves, but I took 3 with me. And there was a guy at work, and he's like, "Hey, what you got there?" And I said, "Oh, I got these bacon ranch ribs that my wife made last night. I can only eat one. You want to try one?" He goes, "Nah, I just ate a little bit ago." And then he kind of looks at it and he goes, "Well, I'll take a half of one. I'll try one if you want." He's like, "Okay." I said, "Here, dip it in the ranch." So he dips in the ranch, takes a bite, and he goes, "So you're not gonna eat that?" I'm like, "No." He takes my Tupperware container away, and it comes back completely clean. He ate his lunch and mine, and he said it was one of the best recipes he's ever had.
Yes, so that's definitely a favorite, and we've had all kinds of reader feedback on that one.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of readers, a major reader favorite for over several years has been the bacon cheeseburger dip. So we will definitely give you the link down below. It's everything you can think. It tastes like bacon cheeseburger, and it is definitely a favorite. It kind of is an alternative to the typical like cheese dips that you see at a lot of. Oh, and I just realized this one's probably not in the post, but my personal favorite dip is that bacon double cheese dip. I really like that one too.
I took that one into work too, and everybody was going crazy over it.
Yeah.
Well, baby, you asked me what my favorite recipe was, but what is your favorite bacon recipe on your site?
My favorite is actually a recipe that Aunt Lou first put on the site, which is the bacon mushroom Swiss chicken. It is just amazing. It tastes, it's so savory and so flavorful. I would challenge anyone to find a more flavorful recipe for a chicken breast.
Yeah,
like,
it's really good.
Because usually I like to cook with other cuts of meat because sometimes I don't feel like the chicken breast get as flavorful as what I want them to, and this one like knocks it out of the park.
Yeah, a lot of times chicken breasts will be kind of dry in the middle.
Yeah,
you know, it's not a very moist piece of meat, but in this particular recipe, don't ever overcook a chicken breast. But if you cook it just right, if you follow the instructions on the recipe, your fork goes right through it. Every bite is juicy, and it tastes like chicken and cheese and bacon. Yeah. Delicious.
It's just got a savory gravy with it. It's just very, very yummy. So those are the 3 that we wanted to share with you. If you guys are bacon lovers, you definitely want to check out Aunt Lou's post about our bacon favorites on the site.
Yes.
Okay. Now it's time for the menu.
Ready?
Are you going to read from the book of the menu?
I'm going to read from the book of the recipes.
Okay, are you ready? How about this week's menu?
Sounds good to me, and we are going to tell you that if you notice, we don't have the menu behind us because we're not going to do that anymore. It's not because we don't like doing the drawings, although they do take a lot of time. But it's because if you notice the set that we're on right now is in our kitchen. We're actually going to get started probably in the next week or so building an entirely new set for our chats as well as maybe a possible podcast in the future as well as an office space for us to use for editing.
Yes, because if you saw my kitchen right now and how many lights are hanging and tripods and all that stuff, it is so funny when like repairmen come over and they look and they're like, what is going on?
What are you guys doing in your kitchen? And what's with all them crock pots?
Yes. So we're going to try and make our living space a little less cluttered.
And a little more livable.
And a little bit more livable. We'll still be taping, of course, the cooking shows in the kitchen. But this, the chats and all that kind of stuff that have to be done at a different angle, we're going to try and move into an office space that's dedicated for that.
Or like we want to call it, RTC Studios.
There you go.
But for this weekly menu, on Monday, we are going to have Mississippi chicken legs with cheesy Fiesta corn. Now, those Mississippi chicken legs, that's one that y'all saw with Mom and Miss Ad in the kitchen, so it's a lot of fun to do with your kids because, you know what? You got to teach them how to cook. When you're going to kick them out, they better learn how to eat.
Oh my goodness.
So
no, but you definitely have to check out that video or check out the recipe itself because it is one of our favorites. It takes all those fun Mississippi flavors and it makes it into one of the favorite cuts of meat for at least my family. Like Miss Ad always wants a chicken leg, so that's why we developed that recipe.
Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. It's going to be steak tacos.
Yes.
You can't go wrong with steak tacos.
These tacos are so yummy and so flavorful, and I've got a little secret. It's not going to be out by the time you see this, but I have an Instant Pot version of this recipe that I also love that we're going to have to get up on the site soon.
I think that's a good idea.
Do ya?
And then we're going to have to test it
over
and over and over again. For Wednesday, how about a savory beef stew?
Yes, Wednesday is traditionally our leftover day, or if you are looking for something else to have, we've got the savory beef stew. We usually do a soup or a stew or a chili on Wednesdays. So that's just, it's that time of year. It's time for stew.
The leaves are changing. It's time for some soup.
Yes.
It's time for some stew.
Yeah.
Thursday, we're going to have tangy pork chops with sweet and tangy carrots.
Yes.
Oh, I love the sweet and tangy carrots.
Yes. Those are both recipes that Aunt Lou brought to the site, and so I think that that's something that would be very yummy to try.
Friday, sweet honey barbecue hot dogs with pineapple baked beans. That would be a kid's favorite for sure.
Absolutely. On Fridays, we try to do some more kid-friendly kind of like we made it through the week recipes. And so our pineapple baked beans are something that our family eats often and we really, really enjoy. And then the sweet honey barbecue hot dogs are something that Aunt Lou put on the site, and she said her family absolutely loved it. So.
Kids love hot dogs, so you put some sweet honey on top of that, I'm sure it's going to be good. For a snack, how about our little party sausages?
Yes, so the party sausages are on there. That's kind of one of those staples for when you go to holiday parties or potlucks or pitch-ins and those kinds of things. So that's why we have it on there. If you don't have a recipe for it, this is a quick and easy way to bring something to a party.
And then for breakfast this week, how about some banana bread in a crock pot?
Yes. So many people ask us why we bake in a slow cooker. We do that to free up the oven, to not heat up the oven, to free up the oven when other things are going on, or if you're traveling or a college student, all those kinds of reasons. We also have a lot of Crock Posse members that drive big trucks.
Semis.
And they crock while they drive. And so this is just an option for folks. I think that post also has the oven recipe linked to it if you would prefer to make your banana bread in the oven.
Yeah, so if you're traveling, you don't need a big rig in your big rig. All you need is a slow cooker.
There you go.
And then for dessert this week, vanilla sour cream cake.
Yes. Aunt Lou has made this cake legendary. So if you're looking for something to impress, that is one that everybody loves.
Be great with a big old cup of coffee or a great big glass of milk. I think it's a good idea.
There you go.
Well, I think it is time to close the book on episode 1 of season 2 of As Good As It Gets.
Yes.
But we're not closing the book on y'all for sure. In fact, we're opening it wide open.
Yes.
Get ready for some more content. A lot more content. And again, for those of you who have already become patrons on our Patreon page, holy moly, thank you so much. We can't thank you enough, and we're going to thank you for many, many, many years to come.
And don't forget, everybody, enter to win for that mini casserole and apron giveaway. Just tell us what's your favorite recipe down below, and make sure you're subscribed. Send us your questions.
Send us your comments.
Bye. Ready? Ready?
Do that again.
No. Ready?
Sure. Ready?
Were we looking at the viewfinder when we said we're back?
I wasn't. Were you?
Shoot. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
All right.
Hey, you ready? Oh, we're having a whole lot of fun.
What was that? An Elvis impression? You ready?
Ask me if I'm ready one more time.
Are you ready?
Hi, and welcome back to Again. Hi, and welcome back to season 2, episode 1 of As Good as I love avocado. I have no idea.
You do not put that in here.
Again, edit this part out.